Hi you guys, so the seniors and I are going to be making videos to show you guys how to do basic stuff for RO since we can't really show you in person. So I am your CMC Shelby Phillips. I'm going to show you how to do female hair. Now there are many different ways to do the female hair because it is different lengths and stuff. So basically, if your hair is above shoulder length, you can keep it down and just can't touch your shoulders. Can't have hair touching your ears, and then no flyaways. So like when you have your hair slicked down, like no like baby hairs sticking out. So I'm gonna show you how I do my hair because it's the basic bun. There are different ways to do it. If you go into the cadet field manual, Master Sergeant already gave you guys one, or if you wanted to stick with online, he has it online in the reading materials. If you go onto page FM10, that is where it shows you what you can have in your hair, how the different styles you can have for your hair. It has pictures and everything. And your hair can be 2 inches off of your head, but other than that, can't do that. So when I do my hair, I have my hairbrush, I have hairspray, I have this little thing I got from Walmart. It's in the hair aisle obviously, but I use this that when I spray hairspray down, it kind of flattens it out so I don't have flyaways. I'll show you how to use that. Lots of bobby pins, and then hair ties. So with the hair ties, they can either be matching your hair color or black. So you can have brown hair ties. If you have blonde hair ties, anything of that sort. I don't like the brown hair ties, so I just use the black ones because more people have the black ones. And then sometimes I'll use this thing. If you want your bun to be cleaner, they have these at Walmart in the hair section too. But it's kind of like a bun shaper. There's fuzz all over it. It's a bun shaper, so you put it in your hair and then it makes the bun look really neat, if that's what you prefer, if you prefer a nicer bun. I don't really use it because I'm really bad at it, but what I do is I always have a hair tie on my wrist because I brush my hair first, and I have it split down the middle, that way my hair is even on both sides. I always tuck it behind my ears. Make sure you have your earrings out and stuff. Like I have earrings up here, but you have to have your earrings out for uniform anyways, but hair tends to get snagged on these, so make sure those are out. You can take your hair. What I do is I take one hair tie and then I hold it and I kind of like flatten my hair out on both sides and in the back. That way I know it's flat, and then I secure it with a hair tie. That way I kind of have like a low ponytail, like that. An easy way to tell where to put your bun is when you guys get your covers. If you have your cover and you put it on the correct way, you don't want your bun to touch the cover at all. You want it to be able to sit on your head nicely and not mess with your bun at all. So when I have my low ponytail on, if I put my cover on and it has a good 3 or 4 inches, then I know I'm gonna be fine. I say a lot. So I always use 2 hair ties. Sometimes I'll use 3. Depends on how many flyaways I have. I don't know if I have a 3rd hair tie. But anyways. So when my hair's in a low ponytail, I'll spray it off first. So I'll spray the top. And I use 10. That's like one of the highest ones because I like for my hair to be slick. I don't want to risk flyaways throughout the day. You do have to wear it for 8 hours and your hair can get messed up throughout the day, so I like to use the 10. After I spray it all the way on the top, I take this, and it doesn't mess it up, it just flattens it out. So I'll flatten it out. That way you don't have to have a million bobby pins in your hair. I just find it easier. So when I have it flattened, I do have a little bit of flyaways still, so I'll spray those back down again. Yeah, I am using a lot of hairspray. You don't have to use this much. I just want it to not have a lot of flyaways. Some people like to use gel. I prefer hairspray because it's quicker, but you can get gel and put it in your hair if you prefer to use the gel. So after I have that down, I have it in the little ponytail still, and I'll take it and I just twist it in one direction, and then I just loop it. Around like this, and then once it's kind of like that, with the other hair tie. And same for the bun, you don't want flyaways to be in the bun at all, so I always spray it off too. And then I flatten it with my hand, because if you use this thing on the bun, it's gonna mess it up. And then I don't know if you can tell, I have right here shaved, because it is way easier to make a bun when it's shaved. But if you don't have the back of your hair shaved, no, most of you guys don't. If you don't have the back of your hair shaved, then you have to make sure there's no flyaways down there as well. So take some bobby pins and just pin them up. And before inspection, because when you wear your uniform on uniform days, normally it's Wednesdays, but when you do end up wearing your uniform, that whole entire class period is dedicated to uniform. So you'll fall out back, you go out back, and then you'll line up in a platoon, and then Math Sergeant or another cadet, maybe a senior in your classroom if you have seniors in your class, they will inspect you, ask you questions, and they will check your hair, check your uniform. But Math Sergeant does always give you about 5 or 10 minutes to fix your uniform beforehand, before you go out there, because a lot of times, like, if you just got out of lunch, or if you just got to school or something, then you have about 5-10 minutes to fix your hair, fix your medals, fix your ribbons, fix everything. So a good thing to do is to ask another female or something if you have any flyaways in the back, and have them help you with that, because it is really hard to see unless you have 2 mirrors or something. So it gets pretty hard to know if you have flyaways or anything, so you can always ask another female to help you, or maybe even ask Math Sergeant. He can help you, of course. But if you want to make sure that your back is tucked away and you don't have flyaways, you can always ask help. And then same with the sides. Since I use the brush, I really don't have any flyaways, but if I don't use the brush, I use bobby pins. And sometimes on the side right here, I have baby hairs that don't stick down no matter what, so I'll just take them and then put them in my hair. You don't want to have your head full of bobby pins, because that doesn't look good in my opinion. There we go. So yeah, I just have one bobby pin on each side. A bobby pin, if you guys did not know, when you look at a bobby pin, it has the flat side and the bumpy side. The bumpy side is the side that goes against your head, and then the flat side is the side that sticks out. So yeah, that's how I do a basic bun for my hair for uniform. It does take a lot of practice, especially if you have shorter hair. Freshman year, I had close to a buzz cut, and I've been growing it out. So I have had to go through all the different hairstyles and everything. So it does take a lot of practice for every single hairstyle you do for uniform, especially when you're in a rush or something. It gets really hard to do. But when I wear my cover, this is what it looks like. When I have the bun, there's like a space right here. That way my cover does not interfere with my bun, and the bun does not interfere with my cover, because you don't want to have the bun too high and then your cover's sticking down here and it falls off your head. You don't want it to be too low, or else it kind of gets in the way of your neck. So make sure your bun is tight. Make sure your flyaways are down. always use hairspray. I know it sucks because it damages your hair, but use hairspray, use hair gel. It's just once a week, or if you're on specialty teams or something, it's not every single day, but just make sure it's all nice and neat, and that way when you put your uniform on, you don't have the hair in your way. And then when you do have your uniform on, the collar right here, you don't want your bun to be touching the collar. That's another thing. But yeah, like I said, you can use this thing as long as it's not showing. So if you put your bun in your hair and then, oh my gosh, and then you put this in, you don't want this to be showing through the bun because that's out of regulation. You can get called out for that. You also don't want to be using scrunchies or combs, claws, butterfly clips, rubber bands. Those are things that you don't want to be having in your hair showing. The main thing is just bobby pins that match the color of your hair or are black, unless you're blonde, don't use black. And then black hair ties or blonde hair ties, something that matches your hair. That's the main thing. And then just make sure there's no flowers. I feel like I'm repeating myself a million times, but that's how you do a bun. Yeah. Bye.